In part 2 of our course, we're going to explore how to build your concept. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do this, but the way that we're going to go about it is we're going to use Google Gemini in order to build out our concept. And part of the reason that we're doing that is because of Nano Banana. And if you're unfamiliar with Nano Banana, it is a very powerful video editor and creator. We're going to be using it for our project here. So let's go ahead, and we're here in Nano Banana. And now that we have chosen our tools, we want to start building our project out. We want to build our concept. And so we're going to start here in Gemini. And what I have here is I've written down some basic instructions. I want to create a short concept music video that demonstrates how to use AI animation for filmmaking. I need your help to write the lyrics and create the visuals. It's a love story in a dystopian future called Love at the End of the World. It's about a boy and girl who meet and fall in love and watch as the moon is destroyed. So kind of a heavy sci-fi concept here, but this is going to give us the foundation for our music video, for our lyrics, for the style of music, and we'll just go from here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send, and Gemini is very enthusiastic as usual. So here we have our song title, Love at the End of the World, verse 1. We have a visual, we have our lyrics, everything's here for us. Now, this is where you can really get in here and do some edits if there's lyrics that you want to change or whatever. And again, you don't have to do it this way. You can use ChatGPT, you can use other platforms, whatever you prefer. I'm just using Gemini because of Nano Banana, but we're going to start by getting our lyrics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste our lyrics into Suno, and this is where we're going to create our song. So we'll get into Suno creation a little bit more. Right now, it's going to be in our next section. We'll talk about music generation with Suno, but this is a little bit of a sneak peek. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to take all of the lyrics that are in Gemini and we're going to transfer them over to Suno. Now you could do the same thing here in Suno. Suno can create lyrics for you, but since we're working in Gemini, we're just going to go about it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the lyrics here very quick, and then we'll move on. Okay, so we have our lyrics in place. They're ready to go. We're going to leave that for now. We're going to go back to Gemini and we're going to start building our visuals. We're not going to overthink this too much just because for time, this is more for demonstration purposes. What we're going to do is we're going to use the visuals that Gemini has provided. So for verse 1, we have our visual: a desolate futuristic cityscape, grimy, rain-slicked streets under a perpetually twilight sky, neon signs flicker on decaying buildings. The boy, we're calling him Liam, is seen alone, scavenging or simply existing, looking weary but with a spark of hope in his eyes. So we're going to take that and we're going to copy that and we're going to paste it here in the bottom and let Gemini and Nano Banana perform its magic. So there we go. We have our first visual. Now, one of the things here is we're going to have to switch up the aspect ratio. Now, if we wanted to do an aspect ratio of 9:16, then maybe we could use something like this. But we want this to be 16:9. So we're going to specify that. Okay, Nano Banana is acting up. So we're going to copy our prompt and put that in there. I'm going to add 16:9 aspect ratio. Put that in. Okay. So it's still acting up. And it's good to show you some of the challenges that you might encounter here because they are real. And you'll see here for yourself that sometimes Nano Banana can just be very defiant. Okay, So there we go. We finally got something here that is in 16 by 9. And it's still kind of giving us this other space here at the top that we don't really want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screen cap of this. And that's going to give us our visual. And I'm just going to save this elsewhere. Okay, and I think we're ready to go with our next visual now. So we're gonna get our second visual. A subtle shift, Liam catches a glimpse of the girl Maya across a crowded, chaotic marketplace or deserted street. So let's go ahead and we're going to take that. We could get granular here about the details. Some of this might not be necessary, but we also want to specify, actually, let's do this up at front, 16 by 9, aspect ratio. Okay. Seems like Gemini just wants to give us these black borders at the top and the bottom. Why it's doing that, it's just kind of temperamental that way. So, you know, we can download this, but we can also, by pressing Shift Windows S, we could do a screen cap and then just grab that there. And then I'm just going to save that. And these are what we're going to use when we generate our video. So what we're going to do here is we're basically going to go through all of the different prompts, and I'm not going to go through all of them because we're not going to just go through all of this and create this video. It's just going to take too long. This is more so for demonstration purposes, but we're going to at least do a couple so that you have the idea. So this is a visual here. Just by looking at it, I could tell that this might not be exactly what we want to see. This whole idea of a montage. It's actually not too bad though, because we've got some really nice kind of visuals here. And so we can kind of pull from all of this. So that's kind of nice. So we'll just go ahead and click on that. So what we can do is we can do a screen cap like that, or we can just get the aspect ratio that we're looking for. So if we just kind of get it right in there, then that's our 16 by 9. And I'm just saving this as well, so that way we have everything. We'll take that, we will save that, and now we're starting to build everything that we need for our visuals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a specific folder to keep all of these visuals in. I have a designated folder here that I'm saving our images in, and I've saved here a few images to get us started. And so now we're ready to move on from here. This, at the very least, is going to get you started in terms of building your concept. So we have our lyrics, we have our visuals, we have everything we need. So we can just continue to go on with Nano Banana and generate all of our visuals, and then we're going to have to generate the video. But before we generate the video, we're going to generate the music, and that is what we're going to go over in the next part of our How to Make an AI Music Video series.